It's good to be here. Good to see you. And I mean that. I do. It is so good to see all of you. And to the Reverend Al Sharpton, thank you. Thank you for your leadership, for your dedication to the cause, for your discipline, for your faith, for your purpose. It is inspiring, and as I will get into some of these remarks, you'll know why that means so much to me and why you mean so much to me and why our shared struggle means so much to me. I do want to paint the picture if I can. We are no doubt, living through dark days. We have to own that. Our young people are coming of age when they are less likely to be better off than their parents. We talked about America at one point as leading the charge and upward mobility. You can find your way up. Your young folks can go off and be better. And the fact of the matter is, we are no longer leading that charge in any way, shape, or form. And the effects of that are having a disproportionate effect on black and brown people. When I say 2/3 of folks are living paycheck to paycheck across the country, or that half the country couldn't survive a $500 medical emergency bill without going into debt, or that 1 in 5 adults can't pay their rent in full, or that health care costs are skyrocketing and child care costs are skyrocketing, student loan debt, household burdens are feeling the strain day in and day out, we know that the disproportionate effect of all of that is raining down on black and brown people. Now contrast that with this. 95% of all the economic gains since our recovery from the Great Recession have gone to the top 1%. And as we have endured the pandemic, and we've had to endure it acutely, we have approached the point in this country where the top 1% officially have more money than the entire middle class. More and more money and wealth concentrated in the hands of a few means fewer and fewer people have access to political power. And that's a problem. It's a real problem, and it's putting a strain on the integrity of our democracy. We are experiencing an assault on our democracy, on objective reference points, on facts, on science, on history, only to be replaced by the normalization of conspiracy theories. Theories like the election wasn't legitimate. And these conspiracy theories are then used to make baseless claims of voter fraud in an effort to pass bills designed to suppress the vote and make it harder for folks to participate in your democracy. We should be making it easier for folks to vote. Easier, not harder, especially with the outsized influence of money in our politics, which creates deep inequity when it comes to who actually has access to power. I'm going to say power a lot today because that's what we're talking about. And if it isn't voting rights that are being rolled back, it's reproductive rights that are being attacked. And I want to say this, the attempt to overturn 50 years of precedent is deeper than just about abortion. It's about power. It's about reasserting a social order grounded in patriarchy and male domination. This is the order that our people have fought to inject equity back into who we are as a country. This is what's been at our doorstep, on the front lines. And so make no mistake about it. When you're looking at both the assault on voting rights and the assault on reproductive rights, what we are fundamentally talking about is controlling bodies. We're talking about who has control of their body and how can they use it and where can they go to exercise their power. This is not a coincidence that is happening right now. And we can never forget that. And there's no world but we can square going backwards in this way with our commitment as a country to progress and to believing that we are all created equal. So yes, these are dark days. And these dark days undoubtedly require much faith in the light up ahead. Now, when I think about faith, Reverend Al, when I think about faith, I think about growing up in Schenectady and going to church at Macedonia Baptist Church over on North Island, where Reverend Comathea was my pastor, and I sat in that left pew on the second side every Sunday with my mom right next to me, and she pinched my knee every time I acted out. That's what I remember. And I remember being there every single Sunday. I remember going every Wednesday evening with my mom to Bible study. I remember going on Saturdays for church rehearsal and choir rehearsal and usher practice. And yes, we did it all. That was my upbringing. That's what I was rooted in. And if it was the summertime, you better believe we were at Vacation Bible School as well. Okay? But of all these memories, and I got a lot of them, what I remember is when we used to march as a church family for the MLK Memorial Observance in Albany. Yeah, when they used to really, I remember hundreds, thousands of people gathering. And I remember being a little boy. I remember being cold outside and, shivering. But I also remember this deep warmth that I felt inside of myself in the company of the people, tapping into that legacy, tapping into that struggle, into that power. I felt a certain kind of power in that moment. I wasn't able to put words on it back then, but I felt it. And it gave me a certain kind of pride. I was proud. I was proud of who I was, proud of my community, proud of my family, proud of my ancestry, and I was proud to be an American. All of it. I was proud. And I'm still proud. Very proud. But it's that pride that compels me to know we need to do more. That we need to do more. We have to do more. When I think about what that power was now in reflection, I know what it is. I know what it was. It was love. It was love. That kind of love that makes you feel like you have a place in the world. And the power to change it. It's hard to articulate what kind of impact that has on a little boy trying to find his way in the world, but I can tell you, I'm here. And all I say that to say this is where I come from, okay? I want you to know me, who I am, what I'm about. I am from the legacy of our fight on the front lines to perfect our union. That's who I am, and that's where I'm from. And every day I carry with me a moral foundation that informs my work beyond left and right politics. It is grounded in right versus wrong. Right versus wrong. Now, I also come from a family that worked hard to make sure I could find my way through education. The great equalizer, the gateway to opportunity. And it is incumbent upon us to reinvest in our education, to reinvest in that great place to have access to opportunity. And I will continue to do that work every day as your lieutenant governor. I'm being told I should wrap up, so I'm going to wrap up. I had more to say, but I'm going to wrap it up. I just want to say this. My path to politics was not meticulously plotted out. I didn't run for anything until I ran for Congress. I had a life before that. I was a lawyer. Some of you may know I was a hip-hop artist for a good 5 years. My parents thought I was crazy. After having a law degree from Harvard, they said, "What are you doing?" I was following my heart. I was following the culture. I know the power of the culture. I am the culture. And so I took all these things with me, from being a litigator in a white shoe law firm to being a hip-hop artist out in LA, and I said to myself, how can I bring these two worlds together and find ways to build bridges, And that's what I'm here to do. So let me just say in closing, let me just say this. We have to remember that democracy is a moral endeavor. It is based on this idea that we are all God's children. We are all equal in that vein, and therefore one person, one vote. We all should count, but we have to believe in it. We have to believe in it, and it's up to us to do that work on the front lines every single day. And I want you to know that this is my introduction, but I'm with you, and I'm going to stay with you every single way, every single day. I'm on the fight with you. So thank you so much.